Hey everybody, come on in, come on in. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. If you haven't seen me before, my name is Lisa. Please like, follow, share, comment, and watch till the end. I've had a lot of people direct message me and ask me how I am making these low content books that are on KDP Amazon. So I decided I would do a video on that. So I'm so excited. And what you will need to do is you will need to go to a place. Now, this is what I use. I use bookbolt.io. And if you go to the link in my bio, you can get a 3-day subscription for free, a 3-day trial, as you can see right here. But when you type in the bookbolt.io, it will bring you to this page. I'm going to go ahead and log in because I have an account already. And look, when you log in, you will have access to all of this. These videos, this is awesome. I'm going to move me around so you can kind of see more of what's going on. You'll have access to all these videos, even on your 3-day trial. You have all access. You can binge watch these. You will absolutely love it. Let me go on a little bit of a soapbox. No matter what you're creating, you need to make sure that it's copywritten free, okay, that you have copyrights to it. That's music, that's art, that's information, that's digital. Even the AI is starting to say that they are taking a disclaimer that you need to make sure that their stuff that they're saying is not copywritten and all that. So make sure whatever you're putting out there, you make sure that it's that you've got the copyrights to it. And make sure when you're buying PLR products and MRR, this is just for free. This isn't part of the video. Make sure you read what you're agreeing to, what you've bought, and what you can do with it, because even MRRs, they have stipulation. Even PLRs have stipulations according to what you can do. I jumped on a video the other day and the lady was promising to give away a set that I own myself, and we're not allowed to give it away. When we buy it, we purchase it, and we promise never to give it away. We can sell it, and there's even a certain amount that we can't sell it under. So make sure that you're reading this. Because it's digital does not mean it's not copywritten or doesn't have copyrights to it. So what I love about this is this has copyrights. So what I'm going to do is, oh, I don't want the tutorial. Hit the wrong thing. Say, no problem. Go to research. Now, before you do this, you'll want to see like what books are selling on Amazon. You can do that through the research and just drop down here to products. I don't need to show you how to do that. We're going to go to create. I've already had a lady that wants me to create a certain book for her. So we're going to do that today just to show it to you. All right. And this is Book Bolt. We're going to hit the Book Bolts studio. And then I'm going to go ahead and sign in because it's telling me welcome back. And like I say, you can get a 3-day. Now, these are my projects. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this thing over, this loom thing. And I'm going to go to projects and I'm going to go to new. Okay. We're going to go to new. And this is one that I've just put into, and it's in review right now at Amazon. It's a teacher's planner. And a lot of people want those. Now, when you hit project and new, this will come up. The screen will come up. Okay. This is already filled out for you. If you want to change it, you're going to do the cover and interior. Let's say you want to do the interior somewhere else, or you do want, this is where you customize it. But right here is where I leave it. And then I'm going to give it a name, and it is a newborn diary. Or you know what? I'm just going to do it. Lady wanted me to do just a diary. Just do a diary, my diary. And a lot of people are wanting to keep track of what they do, and it's interesting. I just love it. And I'm always going to make it over 100 pages because that way it's nice and, like 125, 130 pages. If sometimes you have to, like my planners, I have to make 365 days because, you need, but I went way too far on that. Okay. So that's 130. It's going to be a black and white interior with white pages. It's a 6x9 trim. You can change it. If you're doing coloring books or something, you're going to change it. But this is what I'm going to be doing today. This is what we're going to do today. And we're going to hit the bleed because we do want it to bleed over. We're going to create the project. Okay. And when we do, we've got us a blank. Now I'm going to move my picture over so you can actually see the whole thing. this right here, and I'm going to move this over so you can see, okay, this is what it would look like. Now, you don't want all that writing there because it's going to confuse, it'd be a problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to say hide the cover template. We don't want to know all about that, okay? So we're going to say okay to it. And now we're going to go over here. Now, this is if you wanted free drawing. If you wanted to draw your own, you can do that. This right here has symbols that you can use. This has your different templates that you can use for text. And this is what we want is the file library. That's what we want. Okay, we'll move this over again. And this is all copyrights approved. You can use any of this and it's all copyrights approved. Okay, so I'm going to go to Pixabay is the name of it. And I'm going to scoot this down here. We're going to go to Pixabay. These are my uploads, some of the things I've looked at and that kind of thing. This is a great tool and you don't have to worry about copyrights. Trust me, you don't want to get into a legal battle with somebody over their copyrights, something that they have created and you know, you don't have the rights to it. So I'm going to kind of, this person that asked me to make this for them kind of likes Southern Western styles. So I'm going to kind of give it a Western vibe look. So I typed it in. Now you can go step by step. And if they have a certain animal that they love, if you have these, this is a great time to get in here because you could actually get Christmas gifts for people. So I'm going to go ahead and put Western up there and just see what it brings up. If it don't bring nothing up, then I won't. But I was kind of looking for Western vibes. So let's kind of look through here and see what we've got. People like horses. And you want to make sure that you have, you know, it on the front of it. A lot of it is on the back of the book. And you want to make sure that it's on the front of the book. I kind of like this. Just a plain, well, that, let me look a little bit further. There's lots. Like if you went through this whole thing, you would be here for days. I'm not kidding. There is so much bang to this book. There's so much bang for your buck on this. And it does have a, I think it's, I'm not sure if it's $20, but or $10 a month. But anyways, I just paid for 6 months because it was only $6 a month for 6 months if you paid for six. I did they had a Black Friday special and I just did that. I mean, I was like, okay, let's go with this. I think this is really cool. And what you're going to do is that's what's going to come up. Of course, that's not big enough, so you're going to have to stretch it. So we're going to go ahead and stretch it according to how we want it to be. You have to make sure, now this is something I didn't know about, but I've learned it. You have to make sure that your design goes way past these, lines. Because they will send it back. The first book that I put, I think they sent it back about 15 times. I mean, I didn't even know what I was doing. I had never done it. But isn't that cool? Like that's going to be on the spine of the book, the middle of it, and then on the front's going to be the same as the back. So I kind of like that. And then you wait for it to upload. Now see we've cut some off. So we want to bring, if you don't want to cut it, oh, it does cut off. Okay. So if you didn't want to cut it off, then you could bring it and stretch it somewhere else. But no, it's going to cut off. That's part of it. So then you're going to look at the whole thing over here. Now, I would need some text, so I'm going to go ahead and hit this. And what I usually do is, do it twice. So I don't have to keep coming back. And then I like to close this because I want to see what it's going to look like. And I'm going to move this over. And then move this over. And it's going to say My Diary. So let's go with this. And I'm going to try to find a good My Diary. You can see how easy this is. I mean, if you go step by step, it is easy. Okay, so this is a diary. And what I'm going to do is try to find, I don't like to use the stock as open sans or something. I'm going to try to find something else. So maybe they have a Western vibe. I don't know. No, nothing found. Okay, so let's just look. I like to just look and see what they got. Because sometimes they have you can ask for different things and they have it. But just make sure that if you're not using this particular company to make your book, because they will bounce it right back if it's not approved. If you don't have the copyrights to it, they will bounce it right back. Okay, so there's the print that I want to see how it looks, and I kind of like that. I don't like the color, so I want to get like a bluish. Let's do a bluish. Yeah, make it. Okay, so there, but I need it darker than that because it's not going to show if I don't. Okay, and then this now, and you can put it anywhere. Like I put them sometimes up there, sometimes down here, but you want to make sure you can see it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fix this to make it the same. Aldridge is what it was. Alrighty. And if we're going to put it over the black, then we're going to need something lighter. So maybe we could use that light that I liked. And, you know, that way. And you got to make sure, because you're going to move the whole thing if you don't. That, see, if you don't get the wording, you'll move everything and have to redo it. Now this is like, now see how nice that looks? And I'm going to change that color to match. And that is how you do that part. Okay, and I'm going to change that to match. It says my diary, like that. Now that's all done. So I'm just going to leave it like that. And as you can see on the screen over here, it'll show you. Now what I need to do is go to the first page. And I'm going to go down here to this tile. It looks like tile to me. It's actually templates. And I'm going to go to the journal here. There's 3 variants. And for journaling or diaries, I like to use the wide journal. I write big and just figure most people do. Now you're going to select all, except you're going to deselect the cover because you don't want to change that. All you do is press on it and click and it will deselect it. And look, you've got them all selected. So they all will have line pages all the same. You're going to hit next and you're going to submit. It's going to put your book together and it takes about a minute to do that. But look how fast it does it. Okay, so now you're going to go over here to download. And you can download the current project. You can download the current page. But I want the whole project, so I'm going to download it. Now, this was one thing they did not tell me, that it was going to come in a zip file. And if you're not familiar with zip files, I want to show you this because it's very important. You're not going to be able to use it. You cannot download it to Amazon in a zip file. So we're not going to do that today. I'm going to do another video where we're going to download it to Amazon. This is just to make the book. And you can get on here and kind of try different things and give you, it takes a few minutes for it to make your book for you. And, but we're going to let it take its time. And then when we come back, then we will go to KDP Amazon and show you how to, submit your book. But this is just compiling it. And actually what you're doing is compiling it and getting it together. And then you'll also need, when you put it into Amazon, you'll need some kind of content to write about the book so that it will sell, so that people will be interested in it and know that it's all blank pages, that you didn't write a whole book on a diary. It is a real diary. It is a diary that you have to write in every day. So I hope everybody enjoyed this. As soon as it gets done, I'll show you what it does and how it saves it, because there was one thing they didn't tell me how to and I had to watch a video to find out how to unzip the file. Okay, I'm going to move me down here so you can see how it is. And we're waiting and waiting and waiting. It only takes a minute. I mean, of course, if you've got faster internet, it would go faster. Anyways, it's at 118 pages. And it has 131 because we did 130 pages with cover. But I just wanted to give it a Western vibe. The person that I'm making it for wanted something Western. That's what's nice too, is if someone requests it, you can ask them like, what kind of cover do you want? What are you interested in? That kind of thing. They're putting the finishing touches on your book. They even keep you in touch with what they're doing, creating the project archive, and now you're done. And you can see it's been uploaded here. It's in a zip file. Okay, and so you can't do anything with it like that. What you're going to do is open the file, because if you don't, you can't download it too. And what you're going to do is you're going to pull up the cover. This is the cover, and it's going to show you. And you're going to save it on your hard drive as my diary cover. Let's save it as that. It's got to be in a PDF file. Okay, and we're going to drop that down, and we're going to go to the interior. And I always put the page number, how many pages I got, so I don't ever, when I'm writing it up, I know how many pages. But that's what the pages look like. I'm going to put interior of my diary, 130 pages. Okay, lined, so that I know, because there's all different kinds of things that you can go in there and just check it out. So then you just drop that down, and now you're ready to submit your book to Amazon. Let's Book Bolt. And now you're ready to go, and it's all saved on here, and it's saved on your computer. So I hope that helps you. Please drop a comment in the bottom and let me know if you made the book or not. And then join me when I submit it. We submit it to KDP Amazon. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful day.